We do absolutely have things like presentations based on reading, so looking at readings and presenting them, which I think is pretty typical in many courses and many disciplines. Things like simulations based on socio-political events that are relevant for our purposes. You know, having students be organized in perhaps perspectives they don't agree with so that they can critically engage assumptions that others might have about their own perspective and be able to respond to them, right? So a little bit sometimes of uncomfortableness is a good thing too, to really pull out and tease out a really nuanced perspective. So things like debates, simulations. With the residential schools course that I taught in the summer, students were formed into groups and they came up with a social justice assignment. So they looked at the different calls to action from the TRC in the different areas, and they worked together to create some type of form of reconciliation in the community, and that's either the McMaster community or the Hamilton community. So some students went to a local elementary school and they spoke about residential schools to grade 7 students. Some students did a poster campaign in Mills Plaza, and they engaged students as they walked by on different facts and myths about residential schools. I had other students who did a clothing drive for the Native Women's Shelter of Hamilton, and they went to different staff and faculty across campus promoting this campaign, collecting items, and so it was really beneficial because faculty and staff from other disciplines were also being engaged in what's going on with the TRC. We also had students who did a survey asking students as they walk by, what do you know about the TRC? What do you know about this type of myth existing about Indigenous peoples? And they came up with a survey, a snapshot really of what students are thinking about in terms of the TRC and the spectrum that exists there. So students were given the freedom to develop how they viewed social justice and to be able to deliver that within a particular skill set that they have, that they would be empowered to demonstrate and to show and to build confidence within. The core objective for all of them obviously was to demonstrate social justice or to act in some way beyond the classroom, which they all did, and it reverberated throughout the McMaster community. So I thought that was a really successful way of allowing students the freedom, but also challenging students at the same time.